Back in my day.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Back in My Day podcast, where somehow Ben has found his way onto the show yet again. Why is he's always here?
Yeah, we've literally only had one episode without Ben.
Don't check your back window.
What do you mean back window?
We'll talk about that.
Okay, so today we're gonna do the teachers.
We're gonna discuss
weird
teachers that we've had in the past.
But we're gonna explain why we're doing this. If you guys don't remember, we've been talking about this a while, but we filmed an episode of the podcast in the woods, and we've been procrastinating it so much that we decided to scrap it.
Procrastinating publishing it because YouTube took it off the site for some reason.
Because we talked about dergs.
We didn't. We talked about vaccines.
Dergs. Whatever. Yes, we were talking about them, and YouTube didn't like that, so they took down the video. But now we're here, and we are going to re-talk about weird teachers. So I think we should start from lowest grade that we can remember and work our way up. So it all started back in my day. So
the first weird teacher that I had, we're going to call her Mrs. L. Okay. We have two Mrs. L's. This is the first.
So this is not our. This is not our Mrs. L.
This is not the Mrs. L that we both had.
Okay.
And this is Mrs. L, old Mrs. L, and she was a music teacher, and she used to be in the military.
Oh. Yeah.
So. Okay, so what basically happened? You get all the little kindergartners lined up to go into the music classroom to go sing choir. But we would always stand like 10 minutes outside in the hallway because she insisted that before entering the classroom, we all had to stand perfectly still in a perfect line with no talking, with our hands straight. Then when we got into the classroom, I remember we had to hold our music books in the specific way, like this. Like specifically like this, in this arm. Left arm, specifically like that. Spine down.
It
was very boring Jesus music.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
it was like, there are some, like, I'm not religious. There are some, like, Christian music that are not bad. But she picked out all of the boring ones. All of the most boring music that you could ever hear in church. And we sang those the whole time. And sometimes what she would do is she would keep talking about her life stories and about how she wanted to be like a truck driver or whatever.
Oh my God.
And she would make, talking about these life stories, she would make us like 15 minutes late for lunch. Remember, we were elementary schoolers. And then she would blame it on us that we were wasting time.
Elementary schoolers don't even know like half the things that she's talking about.
She would keep like continuing her music lessons like 25 minutes after the class ended and we were supposed to be in lunch.
Mm-hmm.
That was awful.
She also ran feeder there, and I'm pretty sure the kids the kids were supposed to get at like 7 or 8. She kept them back till 9.
Oh my gosh. So
PM. So
here's another thing. If we're sticking to the subject of music teachers, I had this one music teacher that I specifically remember at my old school. By the way, I'm going to be talking about, they went to this, you guys went to the same...
We went to the same elementary school.
And I didn't. I didn't join their school until 7th grade.
The same school from 1st grade through 8th grade, and he joined in 7th grade.
No. Oh yeah, he joined in 7th grade.
Yeah. So,
he joined in 7th.
Believe it or not, I met Ben first.
Yes.
Which is weird, because I feel like, along with you guys more, but I definitely I do more.
Me better.
I know him a little bit better, but it's anyway.
I think we met in
because me and no, it wasn't just robotics. Were we in the same homeroom? You were in Mr. A's class, weren't you?
Yes.
He's not watching this, but yeah. So I had this music teacher, Mrs. L.
Was it also an L?
There's no way.
There's no way. There are 3 Mrs. L's in this video.
I'm gonna say her name because she lives in. She talked about moving to Paris. I don't know if she did it. Her name was Mrs. Lanston.
Wait. When should she move?
When she left in what, 3rd grade?
No way.
Shut up. No, what do you
Okay,
mean?
there's this house near my house, and when I was younger, like, I don't know, like, it was like not many years ago, but like maybe like 5 to 7 years ago.
Yeah.
There's this house, and you could walk past it, and you saw like all France merchandise in the windows of the house, like big Eiffel Tower statue, giant signs saying Paris,
Oh my God.
giant flags of France. And I never saw the person. I've never seen the people who lived there, and they moved, and like we used to just call them the France people or the Paris house, and they moved, and I was like, I wonder if they moved to Paris. And then I don't think my parents knew,
because
it was them.
Yeah, that's all she talked about was just Paris. But anyway, she was a really nice lady until about 4th grade when she left, right? And then we had this new teacher, Mrs. S. But
Are you allowed to say her name?
Mrs. I can't. They're not watching this, but for the sake of them, we can bleep that or whatever needs to be done. But so Mrs. S, right, she looked like she put on like 40 pounds of makeup every time she woke up, and she was about like a 70-year-old lady, and she was always loud. She was always screaming at us, and I mean, she was nice, but she was like super strict. And I vividly remember her son died or something, so like that's really sad, but she would just keep talking about her son and keep mentioning the stories like day after day after day. Showed us a picture one time. It was music class. She spent the entire day talking about her son. The entire day.
It's kind of sad.
It's sad, but it's also like
you still gotta be professional.
You gotta teach. I mean, yeah. So again, she's like, I when we talk about weird teachers, I wouldn't say she was a bad teacher, but gradually over this this episode, they're gonna get worse and worse until we go to the second Mrs. L. But yeah, and then you move on a bit, and then I'm gonna say one more teacher, and then you can go back.
I have a teacher actually.
You have a teacher?
She wasn't like mean at all. She was actually very nice. It's just she did one thing that was really weird.
Okay, wow.
Wait,
so
was this when you left our school?
Yeah. For context, I left in 1st grade and didn't come back till. Yeah, I left after 1st grade. Didn't come back till the beginning of 4th grade, and I think it was.
So for 2nd and 3rd grade.
Yeah, it was I believe it was 2nd grade. My teacher, she was super nice, and she really liked penguins. But that's not the weird thing. Weird thing is she never wore shoes. Or socks.
Oh.
What?
Like she walked around the building.
What about outside?
She didn't wear shoes either.
Outside when it was raining?
Like barefoot?
Yeah, she was barefoot.
Oh my God.
What?
What the?
It was super.
She's a hobbit.
It was super weird. She was super nice.
That's actually like dress code. Like you're not allowed to do
outside.
I just remember
even if it was
she didn't like to
raining.
wear shoes all too much, and she was just kind of.
Her calluses must have been crazy.
It was
she could probably walk on barnacles, bro.
Yeah, that's just the thing I remember. My other teachers there, I don't remember, and the other one was just normal.
Okay, so moving on. This next one isn't a teacher, but she was so mean. Mrs. God, I can't even remember her name. Thank God, because I don't want to. But it was just she was those really mean like playground monitors.
Oh, the playground people.
So at our school, at our elementary school.
His elementary school.
Yeah. They banned everything because they did not want to get sued. So I'm talking football, soccer, basketball, jump rope, tetherball, all banned because some kid would get hurt. So instead of just talking to their parents, whatever,
getting safety precautions,
they decided it'd be easier to just ban the whole thing so no one else can play it. So every day there'd be something new that got banned to the point where football was gone, so we decided to play football with pine cones, and we decided to just play all these sports with different stuff. They didn't like that, and especially this playground monitor was so mean. So one day someone got hurt at kickball, and she thought she had enough because it only happened like twice. She gets everyone who's ever played kickball at that school. I'm talking, even if it's not recently, even if it was in kindergarten, they haven't touched it since. They got
that's like everyone in the school.
Everyone
probably.
in the school. She got during recess. She got everyone in the school to sit down. She gave a lecture about the safety of kickball. and no one listened, and everyone just started screaming at her, and I don't think she ever said like more than a sentence without someone just spitting on her and just, I mean, dude, she was the biggest jerk. Then I got word, I heard that she was moving to your guys' school, but she never did. And that kind of pissed me off, but thank God she didn't, because then I moved to your school, and I can't imagine what I would have done with more years.
We had a sport banned by a
What sport was it?
no, it was not a sport. It was just a game. It was Foursquare. Remember?
If you banned Foursquare?
They banned Foursquare. Remember? Because that kid got so upset when we would play Foursquare.
Oh yeah.
And
we talked about him in the weird class. No, we didn't make a weird class meets episode.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Is it Zan?
Yeah.
Is it?
He got
TDM.
He got so upset that we would get him out in Foursquare.
Yeah, not a student. Okay, so one time I was playing Foursquare with like me, Ben, and like Zan TDM and someone else, KP, Kip. I'll just call him Kip. He was super bad, and he was an ace, and I was in B, so obviously I'm gonna try to get him out. I'm sorry. Be an ace.
Shh. Ace and B. This is Foursquare. All right, you don't need to say.
It's called ace. We've always called
it A square, B square, C square, D square.
Called it ace.
Ace is like.
Why does it matter?
All right, so
it's a playground game. You don't need this kind of terminology.
So I wanted to get into ace, and then I was in B. So obviously I tried to get him out, and luckily he was really bad.
Tried to get an ace, huh?
So I just kind of like hit it into the corner.
You tried to get an ace. Wait, what?
So I hit it like into the corner of his square, and it bounced out, and then he started screaming because he lost. He did this kind of stuff all the time. This is just one example. So then he jumped on my back and tried to gouge my eyes out. God. He tried to gouge my eyes out with his bare hands.
Yeah. Which I don't even know how that's possible.
He's like not athletic at all, even like by my standards. So it really was not difficult to not get my eyes gouged out. And obviously I have eyes still, so
Well, he wears glasses, so it obviously did something.
This was before I wore glasses.
So it did something.
So what?
Because
it was a stench got to his eyes.
Yeah, yes, his stench.
Oh, that kid smelled
awful.
What if he's watching this? What if he's subscribed?
No, I think
if you're watching this, you know who you are.
You know.
Yeah, but I think he told me.
Drop a comment.
I think he only said that like I think he just watches like Jesus videos on YouTube, and that's it.
He needs Jesus. He needs him.
Yeah,
no, he needs a shower.
Oh, good. Okay, back to teachers. I had this one teacher, Mrs. K. Mrs. K. Not the art teacher, because
Well, yeah, you didn't go to school. You didn't go to our school.
In fourth grade, Mrs. K. Right, and she was so strict about. There's always that one teacher who's really strict on the hall. Like no running in the hall. Oh. She was that teacher. So, in math class too, I got the time wrong, and she scolded me and sent me to the office. Mm-hmm. She asked what time it was. I told her it was, it was an incorrect time. She said no, and then I said, yeah, it is, because it was. And
so she was wrong.
So she thought, I was talking back to her, and she's like, "No talking back. Go to the office." So I go to the office, and I thought, that's a completely different story. But I remember I went to go on vacation, and when you get picked up early for that, so my dad comes in to pick me up early, so I'm super excited. But my dad runs to me in the hall. Mrs. K literally steps out of the hall, and yells at my dad and says, "Hey, no running! No running!" And it's like. Mrs. K is like 83 years old.
Okay, but the thing is, if your dad's coming to get you in the middle of the class, then there's no one else in the hallway.
She stepped out of the class to yell at my dad.
Yeah, I know. No. But there's no one else in the hallway, so there's no danger.
No, I know. And also, our principal, Mrs. R, made us wave at each other like this, because somebody got hurt. Because somebody got hurt. So imagine this. In a very common scenario. Here, Ben, face this way, like we're in a single file line. No. We're in a single file line, right? Yeah. Wave, and you, hit them. Ooh. So that happened one time. So now the school banned waving and decided to do this. We had to do this to say hi. So I went to Miss and I'm like, oh, hey, Miss. And he's like, slaps my hand, makes me do this.
Wait, you just mentioned her name.
Huh? Mrs. R makes me do. She's not the principal anymore, so it doesn't really matter. But she made me do this. But I mean, yeah.
I've always wondered about those certain teachers who just seem like they hate kids.
I don't get it.
Yeah, why are they teachers?
And you don't get paid that much. Why? I mean,
you could have any other job
that pays more.
You know how long it takes? You have to go through like teaching school.
Yeah.
That you could get a better paying job.
I bet teaching school is more expensive than their salary.
I'm pretty sure
probably
I'm
not.
pretty sure you get more money being one of the truck drivers for
a garbage. You get more money.
Yeah.
Because teachers do it because they love the job. But if you don't love the job, then why do it?
If you don't, if you
unless
hate
they thought that they were gonna like it and then just went through school and then they didn't like it, but they didn't have any money to go to school again.
Then you're a part-time sub.
Well,
that's a really good side job is subbing.
Yeah, actually, but they need to get a main job though.
I actually have like a thing to say. So for most like teachers, they actually have a thing where they go and teach a class for like one day, then like a week, then like a month, then a semester, for if they're doing like high level.
Mm-hmm.
They actually.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Did you just?
It's probably your cat.
Yeah.
The door's locked.
No,
yeah,
I was able to push it open.
No, I mean the cat door's locked.
No, your cat probably tapped on the door.
Oh, your cat? No, it's not unlocked. Your cat just got in.
Is it really?
Yeah, your cat just walked in.
Oh, never mind.
But yeah, also because I just have knowledge on that. That you also have to go, and I know someone who actually did it like the day, and was like, I'm not doing teaching.
Mm-hmm.
It was teaching like 7th graders. They said no.
So yeah, that's is.
Yeah, do you guys want to move on to middle school teachers that we both had?
Yeah, I mean those are the main ones that I had.
I'll talk about Mrs. L, and then you guys can talk about the other one.
We should all talk about Mrs. L.
We all got to contribute to Mrs.
So
L.
what are the other
ones?
No.
You can talk about Mrs. L. All I want to mention, like, just let me talk about Mrs. L's like ad incident.
Oh yeah. You can talk about that one.
I want to talk about.
Did she actually send an email about that?
What other middle school? I have the email.
What other middle school? Okay, you might want to pull up. What other middle school teachers?
So I didn't really have any. Wait, okay, well,
Mrs. L was like
my 8th grade teacher, my 8th grade math teacher, Mrs. S, that we both know, was bad.
Yeah,
but in 6th grade, I was only at this public school, so everyone was bad, and I don't even feel like mentioning them. Well, except that my Avid teacher was really nice, so he's cool, but yeah. I didn't really enjoy my 6th grade year, so there's nothing really to state. I only have like a couple bad teachers in middle school, but I'll talk about Mrs. S a bit later. But what about you guys?
In 6th grade, we had a bad teacher, but they weren't weird, really.
Yeah, nothing abnormal.
She's just
honestly nothing abnormal in middle school until Mrs. L.
Yeah, until Mrs. L. Trying to call your cat.
Hi.
Wait.
You want to be on the podcast?
All right. Does this cat have any teachers it wants to mention?
Let's hear if she can do anything. I wonder if that, like, you can hear anything. I hear her breathing, but... Alright, well, this is Willow. She was in the window last episode.
Yep.
Bye, Willow. What will she do?
Are you gonna jump off or not?
She's preparing.
Okay. So who are we gonna talk about?
Do you guys have any bad 6th grade teachers?
No. They were.
No.
Well,
let's skip to Mrs. S then.
Yeah.
Actually, should we save her for the end?
No.
Because she was the worst teacher. She was the worst teacher I've ever had in my life.
Mrs. S or Mrs. L?
S. No, L.
L.
Okay. So I'll let you guys talk about Mrs. S, and then we'll go to Mrs. L because I feel like she's a better climax.
Okay, Mrs. S. So in 7th grade, we had Mrs. G, who was fine. I mean, she wasn't the best teacher, but she was nice and stuff.
In 7th grade?
7th grade.
Mrs. W.
Mrs. G.
I'm forgetting too, actually.
Mrs. G.
Mrs. Squidward. Mrs. Squidward.
In 7th grade, it was Mrs. G.
What? What?
How do you not remember her?
Wait, can you
What?
whisper?
No.
Wait, whisper.
Mrs. Squidward.
Okay, whisper in my ear.
Mrs. Squid.
I don't think.
Squidward.
Like, whisper.
Squidward.
Oh. Oh, he is
Oh,
right.
I was talking.
He is
I was
right.
talking about my 6th grade math teacher. No. Yes, Squidward.
Mrs. Squidward.
I was talking about my 6th grade math teacher. Not okay. Sorry, Mrs. Squidward. Yeah, she was fine.
Nope.
I have no idea why I said Mrs. G,
Yeah,
but yeah, Mrs. Squidward is
Another
fine.
guest.
We don't like that one as much. Anyway, Mrs. Squidward is fine. Then she left. I think she moved to Alaska or something.
I thought it was Florida.
It was Florida. It doesn't matter. But then, we got the new teacher, Mrs. S. Mrs.
For 8th grade.
And let me
Mrs. S.
describe her. I can describe her in one character. You know that Roz from Monsters Inc.
Yes.
Remember that? Do you know who that is?
Yeah. The receptionist.
The receptionist
Oh.
lady, who slams Mike's fingers in the door. Yeah, that's how I would. That's how I would.
How about you
describe
could
her.
describe her as Mike Wazowski?
What? No, no. But she was not. She was nice.
She was nice.
Oh,
But-
Mrs. Squidward.
So
Well, no, we're not talking about Mrs.
we're talking
Squidward.
about Mrs. S.
Oh, okay.
The 8th grade math teacher.
Okay.
And she always, you know those sticky things you had on like the windows?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
Oh,
so what
man, that
people
was
would
so
do is
funny.
they'd take them and then stick them on the ceiling, and she got so mad, so people kept doing it, and the ceiling literally looked like a box of Fruity
the cereal
Pebbles.
was a rainbow.
The ceiling was, and then so they made KP take a broomstick and then like get them all off the
Oh,
ceiling.
I thought that was BK.
It was BK.
Yeah, because
yeah,
tall.
they
Maybe
both did it. But and I also remember her like she was she specifically hated the frat boys. Like she
Oh, yeah,
targeted the frat
So the
boys.
frat boys were this group of boys in our class who, they were the stereotypical frat boys. There was like 8 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. They were all short. I was taller than every single one of them.
Not KP though.
That could be.
And BK. Well, BK doesn't.
And
He's
BK. BK is
and
not
BL
really
and BL,
BL. Was BL really one, or was he like a partial one?
the Asian.
Oh yeah.
BL.
Well, there was a frat boys group, and then there was a pseudo frat boys group
I was kind of a pseudo frat boy.
in 7th grade.
In 8th grade,
Not
a
in-
little bit.
A little.
I was not mostly. I wouldn't have considered myself like a nerd. I wasn't.
Yeah, but you were in our group though.
I hung out with you guys, but I was like, because like during school,
He was not with us.
not really, but
During
Lunch.
homeroom, you would hang out with us though.
Yeah, and lunch.
recess was always mixed. I just kind of did
Yeah.
whatever I wanted at recess.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Wait, didn't they
Mrs. S,
ban-
Mrs.
ban-
S, Mrs. S.
S.
We're getting off topic so much.
Okay, Mrs. S.
It's this.
We were talking about her targeting the frat boys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, she did. I mean,
I mean,
she
yeah.
always got it, like, looked at them when anyone was talking.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Is that it for Mrs. S? Really?
I feel like there's more.
This is also wasn't this also the year we discovered the pencil trick?
Oh, the pencil trick.
Oh my
You can put a
god.
pencil on the wall.
Yeah.
You just grab a pencil, you put it on the wall, press down hard, and go really fast.
We did that
and it
too.
gets stuck on the
We
wall.
did that to Mrs. H's room. I cannot say her name because she currently teaches at our school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, no, Mrs. H was nice though.
Yeah.
She was nice.
I don't know why. I feel like she was underrated.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
she got a little bit like
Because she did give a lot of homework, but it was like
she was a
So,
good English teacher.
yeah, she was a good
English
teacher. And I think people didn't like that she gave a lot of homework, which is fair. But it was also like
Definitely
it was not a bad amount of homework.
But it also definitely prepared me for the high school I'm at
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. L.
Mrs. L. 7th grade only because she
Biggest
left.
one.
I think she was the one that moved to Alaska.
She might have been.
No, yeah, she moved to
So this isn't the other two Mrs. L's. This is the big time Mrs. L. The evil one. Right, so Mrs. L. Let's paint a picture in your head. She was a Southern lady from like imagine someone from like
And I'm talking like
Florida or
super
Georgia or
Southern.
Super Southern.
She didn't have the accent, but like
She was Southern.
She was absolutely
the stereotype.
And she would
was,
always wear
early 20s, blonde hair, like
always wear yoga pants with gym shoes and like a sweatshirt, and it was like it was your typical stay home like Facebook mom.
Southern
that's
Christian stay at home mom.
Yeah.
Christian, very conservative
Christian.
Christian.
But almost forceful, because she would always like cram these like stupid like religion assignments in.
Yeah, like
And
they
also,
weren't even like part
also
of the,
yes,
so
we
religion
went to a private Catholic school,
Yes.
so we were. That's
Yeah.
why we had it. But
I'll put it on record. I didn't go there for the religious part. I'm an atheist.
I did.
I went there because like the education is good there. The education was good at that school,
Education was good,
so that's why I went there.
except in math in middle school, for the
Yeah,
6th and
yeah.
8th grade
okay,
year.
but I don't know if I should discuss the ad incident yet.
Okay, so let's paint a picture. So she wasn't strict, but she was very inconsistent with how strict she was. Like she would just be kind of like super chill and let people do anything they wanted, but then when they did, then she would get like really mad.
Mm.
And especially when people would like even like slightly question the religious curriculum.
But you gotta
It's like,
remember,
we're a bunch of 7th graders who all have different religious
and she has a
beliefs.
least favorite word, and that is defenestration.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, she would get really mad. This was.
Yep.
Pizza should be about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I gotta get some.
We'll wait. Dad, this is the podcast set.
Do you have any teachers you would like to mention? Any weird
Do you have any bad teachers?
Bad teachers from like ever?
Yeah.
Miss Rollinger, my 6th grade teacher.
Miss Rollinger.
What'd she do?
She was just so stupid. I thought Baton Rouge, LA was Baton Rouge, Los Angeles, Louisiana.
What are those? Oh, that's I thought it was like a cookie. Okay, thank you.
Would you like a meat cookie?
No.
Light off, door closed, thank you.
Okay.
Mrs. Rossington. Rollinger.
Yeah, we'll have to keep that in the video.
I'm
That's
definitely
funny.
keeping that in.
Well, I'm editing.
It's funny. She was so stupid. Okay, well, that was funny. Okay.
All right. Well, back to Mrs. L.
So about that defenestration part, she was asking us a word to describe 2020, and you
no,
know
it wasn't 2020. It was 2021.
Oh, 2021.
Oh.
So some people, some people said dumpster fire. Some people said
That's 2 words technically.
whatever. But
It's gotten.
I thought of the word defenestration, and she calls on me saying, "Hey Isaac, what was your word?" So I go, defenestration, and she's like, "What does that mean?" And I say, "The act of throwing someone out of a window." And yeah, she didn't like that.
This is to troll her after she was like kind of mean to us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
for
literally
reason.
just did not take it seriously.
And
Everyone thought it was funny except her.
so there's this one assignment where we had to do the entire class had to pick what topic we were going to learn about. There's 5 topics. It was all like different religious topics, but like they had like real world applications, like social issues. And one of them was care for creation, which was obviously the easiest one because it's basically just like no global warming.
Care
Stop.
for the globe. It's
Yeah,
easy.
don't pollute.
Mhm.
Use better resources. Use electricity instead of gas. She did not want to do this for whatever reason.
But she put it as an option.
She put it on as an option, but she put it on as an option. So we all voted, and Care for Creation won
by like
by a
100%.
lot. Like most people wanted that because that's how votes work. So then she was like, I think I miscounted the votes. We'd better do it again. So then we voted again, and of course Care for Creation won again because we all voted for the same thing. And then she was like, all right, well, let's do another vote, but it's only the top 3.
And Care for Creation.
And
won
Care
again.
for Creation won again. But then she still didn't do it as the topic that we learned about.
I don't get it. It's
Why
like-
did you put it in the list of things that we could vote for if you didn't want us to learn about
It's
it?
obviously the best option, and then you just
Yeah.
don't let us use it.
Yeah, like, seriously. Come on. So, yeah, that was... And then we... Yeah. And then when we asked,
Did we prank her?
Didn't you guys
we
prank her?
pranked her, the
with,
fart prank.
like, the fart?
Oh my god, that was so funny. Yeah, that was actually like. So guys, that noise what you just heard is the toilet flush. Is the toilet
flush
flushing,
above us.
and the pipe runs right above Ben.
Me.
So if that bursts,
He's toast.
It's probably also you too.
he's brown toast.
Yeah.
There's
He'll
no.
look like when Augustus left the chocolate factory, except it won't be chocolate.
Wasn't he? Didn't they say in the movie he was chocolate?
No, people thought he was chocolate because they took it's Mrs. Gloop saying, "Don't eat your fingers." They took it literally for whatever reason. I don't know why. You can see his eyes. You can see his skin underneath there.
Yeah, I was always
That
confused
kid
by
is
that.
not chocolate.
By the way, guys, we are in our school day outfits.
No.
Well, he's not, but like.
Yeah, I'm not. They are.
Yeah, we are, but
I just like to wear this. I like to wear weird things.
obviously because you have a red suit and a yellow.
I want to get a coat like this but red, and then I want to get like a matching red top hat.
We should probably get back to Mrs. L though.
I should actually probably cut that bit out because I don't want to spoil school day.
Yeah.
Or should we? What do you think?
No, we'll figure it out. We'll re-listen to it. So Mrs. L, she was.
Oh yeah,
very
we gotta do the ad about the ad thing. Should we? I'm gonna say the ad thing now.
Yeah, you can do it.
So, Mrs. L, again, it was like my old school. She did not want to get sued or fired or anything. So she goes to show us this very Catholic video, very Christian, you know. She goes to show us that no big deal. There's an advertisement for women's bras, and it's going to be.
Why did you say women's bras? Are there men's bras?
Yes.
Yes,
There are?
I think so.
What?
That might be.
There might be. I'm sure.
I've
there is.
never heard of that.
Anyway,
Should I look this up?
no. Please
Why
no.
would they sell those? What would those
Just
even be for?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so she shows, the ad pops up for that, and it's not just like the material. Literal women are in them, and it's like, what?
Yeah, it was like
What?
it wasn't
And
even like
so
it
we're
was like
all.
popping up on the screen.
And
It
another
wasn't
thing
even,
that
like,
we're
no
reminded
time
of is
the email,
ads.
email.
Also, that and then ads are typically based off of what you look at.
Yes.
So we don't know what she was looking at, but I mean, so she quickly typed, X out of it, and yeah, she then sends out an email to all of our parents, literally recommending therapy because we saw it, and it's oh no, I need therapy now, and it's even better.
She literally linked a therapist in the email.
Yeah, and
Wait,
then
do you have the email?
no, my parents do, but it's a while back,
Okay.
and I think a couple days later she brings us donuts because she felt so bad. Was that for that? I think it was.
I don't remember her ever giving us
She
donuts.
definitely brought donuts.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh yeah, she brought donuts one day. I remember.
She brought.
Okay.
I think she brought donuts.
Yeah, that
because
probably would have been for that then.
Maybe, yeah.
she didn't want to get.
I do remember. I believe she wasn't married, but I do believe she had a child.
Yeah, which is like that's kind of weird because like that's like the one.
She was a single mother.
That's like yeah.
Was she
She had
really?
she had a boyfriend. I
She had
think.
like a military.
Wouldn't
boyfriend.
shut up about the boyfriend either.
Yeah,
Like,
or the kid.
or the
It was
kid.
like every time she opened, she had the kid as her home screen, and every time she would open up her computer, she would tell everyone, "Look, that's my son."
I don't give a crap.
On the
I
phone.
don't
We've
give a
seen
crap
your
about
son.
you or your family.
No. She showed us this every time she opened up her computer. Every time, like we didn't know, like she never told us.
Here's the hard thing too. We had religion every single
Oh
morning.
my
Yes.
god, that was torture.
The only,
Every morning, you have to wake up and that's how you start your day.
The only reason we actually had her is because our normal homeroom teacher wasn't actually like Christian specific.
No, Catholic.
He wasn't Catholic specific.
Oh,
He was-
Mr. A.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
He wasn't Catholic, so he wasn't.
He is Christian, like
He was under the
a different
umbrella.
denomination.
I don't think he was He wasn't like certified to teach
Mate.
that.
Well, Mrs. H was.
She was.
Yeah,
She
I
taught-
don't know. I don't know the technical
Okay.
technicalities.
But that is weird teachers.
that is weird teaching.
So how
Wait,
much?
is there literally nothing? The fart prank.
The fart prank.
Wait, how? What are we at right
What
now?
about like?
We didn't talk about the fart prank yet. We got.
Oh, the fart prank. I forgot about the fart prank.
No, what the fart prank? I wasn't a part of this because I like to keep a good record.
Two shoes.
Yes. And I didn't want my parents.
Isaac, you can talk about the fart prank.
Okay, I was the one that led the fart prank.
He was.
Basically, I just sent everyone an audio of like this giant, massive diarrhea fart sound. This was like towards the end of the year when she slowly got meaner throughout the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly, like, I don't know, just kind of like constantly, what is the word? She was kind of hinting at like vaccines and gay people being bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said if you're not Christian, you're gonna go to hell.
Oh yeah, she did.
That too.
She's told us that if we're not Christian, we'll burn in hell forever, which is like,
And then she's
come
like,
on,
"Oh
okay.
no, that's
even
not
if
what I
you
meant."
even
So
if you
whatever.
believe that, then that's not professional
Yeah.
for
No.
7th graders.
It's not a professional thing at all.
So
Prank.
fart prank. I had got a bunch of people together. We played the fart sounds one after another. So it was all around the room as well, because I actually tricked her into moving us around the room. Because
Yeah.
I
But you're the one that did
manipulated her
that?
yeah, because I remember I had us like do something, I don't even remember what it was, like slightly disruptive so that she would move us all around the room so it wasn't obvious where the farts were all coming from, because then they would be all spread out. Because I knew if we moved then it would have been suspicious, but so I just tricked her, and I knew there was only a few weeks left in the school year, so it didn't matter that we didn't sit next to each other for like a few weeks
It's
in
here.
one class.
Do you want me to leave it out?
Can you bring it here?
Yeah.
So yeah, fart prank. We all played the fart sounds one at a time, and that was hilarious.
Thank you.
And she had no idea
Mike.
what.
We're just gonna eat it.
Pizza, and she had no idea.
Okay.
what
Wait,
happened.
Dad. Can you grab me a napkin? We're gonna eat pizza while we do the podcast. Just
Isn't
wait.
it the end of the podcast?
It's basically the end.
We're not gonna stop until the pizza's gone.
Here you go.
Oh,
I've made
Well,
an
like-
executive decision.
Okay.
An executive
Dad.
Thank you.
decision.
Well, I'll let you guys talk then, because I have nothing else to say.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody want something to drink?
Can you get me like a Coke?
Like root beer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I also have a Coke, please?
Coke? Okay.
We're cutting all this out of the podcast.
No, not. So the pizza's just gonna.
Yeah. Well, wait, hold on.
The pizza's gonna pop into existence.
Yeah. Thank you. And then can you close the door?
Yes.
Really
Oop,
appreciate
wrong.
that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Can you close the door? Love you.
I will this week.
What do you need?
I'm getting
She's gonna take a photo. Damn it. She's gonna take a. No, can you just. Can you please close the door? Let me take a photo.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. So, here's an executive decision. We're not gonna stop the podcast until this entire piece is gone.
What are you guys gonna talk about?
You guys got any?
Let's talk about future, future something.
Go a napkin, please.
Mm-mm.
Do you guys have any weird teachers this year?
I just realized this is technically a mukbang. It is. I
Is
mean,
he secretly Nick Ocado?
No, bro.
Is that how he got here? He knew there'd be pizza?
No.
Nick Ocado disguised as Ben?
I'm gonna call him Nick Ocado, bro.
what?
I'm gonna call up Nick Ocado, bro.
I thought that was a G, but okay.
Would you what?
Comment down below. Actually, don't comment. What is the? I have a new thing. Let's rank top 10 cereals. Top 10 cereals.
Okay. Number 1. For me, it's tied at number 1.
What the?
What?
What is it?
No, it's tied.
I've n-
No, that's not a cereal
tie.
name.
He's saying it's a tie.
It's
Like
a
as
tie.
it's tie between two.
Oh, okay.
Captain Crunch and Fruity Pebbles at number 1.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's my number one.
What about
Which
Honey
one?
Nut Cheerios?
Captain Crunch or Fruity Pebbles? Or both?
Fruity Pebbles.
What about Honey Nut Cheerios?
I'm going to come out and say this. Original Cheerios, not Honey Nut Cheerios, but just Cheerios, they taste like the curly little wooden shavings that you find in a pencil sharpener.
Yes. How do you know what that tastes like?
Because it tastes like wood. Grated wood.
How do you
That's
know
what
what wood
Cheerios...
tastes like?
Because it smelled like the smell.
Mm-hmm. What's number 2 then?
Number 2.
I know mine.
Maybe Honey Bunches of Oats.
That's such a okay.
Because it's like, it's not a sugar cereal. You gotta put a non-sugar cereal up there.
Wheaties. Wheaties is such a good non-sugar cereal. Unless the Cheerios oat one.
Right, what are
Cheerios oat crunch.
why don't we just say cereal and we just give them like a ranking like A, like B, C, D, and an F? Why don't we just do that instead?
Mm.
What are you putting Tony?
Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, we put
S.
Tony.
Well, it's such
Okay,
a
I'm just saying, Honey Bunches of Oats is much better than Frosted Flakes. In terms of taste
No,
and
it's
health.
not.
In terms of taste
healthy out.
and health.
Healthy out taste
Both.
now.
Both.
What about the Life? You ever had Life?
Oh, that's a good cereal, but there's so many different flavors though.
The original Life.
What about-
Original, that's pretty good. I
I
like the
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What is
That is 2. That's number
It's
2.
a very good one.
That's the second. That's the second.
The only
best
thing
cereal.
about Cinnamon Toast Crunch is that there's always a bunch of sugar at the bottom of my bowl, and I cannot resist eating it. So I eat it, and then my stomach hurts.
Your stomach hurts from that.
Well, I'm Asian, bro.
My stomach can handle abuse. Okay. How many slices have you had?
I think this is number 2.
That's number 1.
It's the one.
I don't know. Well, we can
This is
look back
number
in the
2.
footage.
That's for Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna reserve this other slice. You guys,
Well, there's 3 left, so we each
Yeah,
get
so
one
you
more.
have- yeah,
you
that's
want.
what we're doing.
This is our mukbang.
Mm-hmm. Have I ever eaten on camera before? I don't even know.
Yeah, you have. Cooking video. For health. Izapc.
I didn't eat on that video though.
and-
Oh, right, I did. I ate a raw onion.
And we
I've
tried,
eaten on camera chips in 253.
Didn't we also all try the fairy bread?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we all ate that on camera.
This feels weird. Like eating on camera.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best pizza?
Pepperoni falls.
I'm talking like brand.
I add mod
brand.
mod pizza.
Mod pizza is good.
It's good. It's not my
I don't know
favorite.
about best though. Kind of expensive.
Two
For
places.
me, I like mod because I can just put whatever I want on it.
I like 2 places. Forelli's Pizza.
Is that a singular one?
No,
That's a gem.
Okay.
Jane, man.
And this little food truck called Italy Paulo.
I've heard of it.
Never heard of that either.
It got shut down because this like TikTok thing. It was sad.
What do you guys put on your pizza? Like, if you get the choice, you can have anything on your pizza.
Pepperoni, sausage, bacon, maybe olives.
I get
Some cayenne pepper,
a lot of meat, like spicy meat.
basil.
I
All
prefer.
of the, literally all the meat that I can. I'll get all the cheese that I can.
Can you handle spice?
Yes.
You like meat.
And then I get pineapple and barbecue sauce.
Pineapple? I don't know.
I go pretty bland. I just go pepperoni and olives. Pretty bland option.
Bland is good. Bland is simple.
Bland-
Pineapple is so good.
What about kiwi?
It's like
I've
I'm
never
gonna put a
had
fucking. It's like I'm gonna put a banana. Okay. I just dropped. Okay. Please cut that out. I said the F word. I'm sorry. It's like putting a banana on pizza.
No, because they're different fruits. Have you ever had pineapple on pizza?
I don't like it.
I actually haven't.
It's super good.
It's super mid.
It's so good. Oh, blue cheese as well. I love. Well, I said all the cheese I can. But
What's
Blue
the best?
cheese
What's the
included.
best kind of cheese?
blue cheese.
As part Midwestern,
Blue cheese.
I will say the best cheese. Like I'm not talking about like blue cheese. The best cheese. Okay, Parmesan's good, but classic cheddar also good. Sharp cheddar, amazing. Provolone, Gorgonzola. Probably, I really like deep fried cheese curds though.
Those are really good.
Cheese curds are good. Deep fried, even better.
Go back to the pizza topic. You guys didn't mention Costco pizza.
I have it too much.
Costco, I think I have it.
I
too
feel
much
like
as
it's
well.
really good, but it's kind of
because
generic.
because of St. Pat. I mean, because
Well, yeah.
because of oh my god, because of middle school. I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? I did all this out because of middle school. I've had Costco pizza too much. You hear they're coming out with a massive cookie?
Wait, they are?
Mm-hmm.
And where?
Costco.
No, we never get a dessert unless it's like Sundays.
It's just, but it's pretty cheap actually. Compared to most pizzas. You get good price, get big pizza, get good pizza. Obviously, I think we've all had it a little too much currently, so we gotta like stave off of it.
What do you
But
mean?
we come back to it. It can be pretty good for like parties. What about Domino's?
Dude, their bread twists are so good.
Okay, when I went to Italy, the pizza had a lot less sauce on it. It was really good quality. But I like pizza with a lot of sauce and a lot of things on it. So it was
Do you like thin or thick crust?
medium.
I prefer more thin crust.
I'm more towards the thin side.
I mean medium. But yeah, the pizza in Italy was pretty good. But there was a lot of variety as well.
Chewy or crispy?
Chewy.
Chewy?
Crisp as well is pretty good.
You guys ever had like stuffed pizza?
No.
Yeah, actually, I think
I want to try that.
like stuffed crust.
What about
or-
deep dish? Deep dish is so good.
Wait, what's that?
It's like, it's hard to explain. It's, so you put the crust in the pan, right? And then in the pan, you fill it with, cheese, other ingredients and stuff. Then you top it off with sauce.
Okay. I don't know if
It looks so weird, but it tastes so good.
I probably had it.
I know you have.
This is exceptionally off topic, but I got a question.
And it's in like squares. Yeah.
What's better, the Star Wars prequels or the Star Wars sequels?
Prequels, because they were planned. The story makes so much more sense than the sequels.
Are you talking about sequels as in like
I'm talking the
Force
20,
Awakens?
I'm talking the
Sequels?
2016 trilogy.
Oh my god, prequels are so much better. It's not even close.
And then
New Hope kills The Last Jedi. Absolutely demolishes it. It's not close.
Wait, which one is The Last Jedi? I don't know the names. I just know the episode numbers and what
It's the
happens.
second newest one.
Okay. Episode 8?
I think so. Why do they call them episodes? Lucky, haven't seen a Star Wars movie in 2 years. It's been so long.
I don't know when I've last seen a Star Wars movie.
I think the last time I saw one was your birthday. When we went to that
Yeah.
theater. Yeah. I think
Have you guys seen Lord of the Rings?
Mm-mm.
Nope. Gotta watch
Okay.
it.
You guys need to see
I don't
Lord of
want
the
to see it.
What? Why?
Mm.
Why? It's so good. They're literally, by most people, if you want to be a filmmaker, they're called the best film trilogy of all time. They're considered that by many people. You need to watch Lord of the Rings.
Who's the best character in the sequel trilogy of Star Wars?
You hear they're making a Despicable Me 4?
Oh yeah,
I haven't even watched like most of the first 3.
bro.
I've seen like bits and pieces of the first one enough to know like the whole
You haven't
thing.
seen Despicable Me?
I've seen like
Dude, it's so good.
it's like I've seen like bits and pieces of it. I think I've seen the whole thing.
How do you see bits and pieces but then
Like if it's just like on TV.
No. Wait, we can end the podcast when Ben is finished.
We're waiting.
Ben, we've eaten 6 slices by the time it's taken you to eat 2. Combined 6 slices.
Yeah, I just want to eat slow right now.
I could have ate my 4th by now. Okay. When you're tying your shoe, do you put it on right, left shoe, tie right, tie left, or right shoe,
I don't tie my shoes.
left shoe?
They're always tied.
Okay, do you go right shoe, left shoe, or left shoe, right shoe? If you put it on
Like
left.
putting them on. It depends on it. Just which one is closer to me physically.
Okay. What about you, Ben?
Man, I don't wear shoes with laces.
Oh my God, he
Wait,
doesn't.
you don't?
That's so weird.
Hey,
I wear shoes with laces, but I always keep them tied
I refuse to
all
because
the time.
I'll tie my shoes and then they'll come undone and I'm like, I'm not gonna tie them again, and I'll run around and my mom yells at me. So I was like,
Do you wear Velcro?
No, I just don't wear ones with.
Okay.
What time are we looking at?
It's 6:02. It's been an hour.
Have we really been? Yo, 51 minutes.
Should we just go to an hour? I mean, I've never. No, wait! Don't end it now. We got to do an ending. We got.
All right.
No,
See
no,
you
no,
guys.
no, 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 no.
Hey,
Sit back down.
what
Sit
you
back
doing?
down.
Hey, sit back in that chair.
We're gonna do an ending.
What are you guys on?
Okay, I'm gonna do every 2016 YouTuber like ending.
What are your honest
Little
opinion
bit-
of Jar Jar Binks?
Shut up. little bit different kind of video for you here. We ate food and we talked about weird teachers. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I would like any new.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Make sure you do that, and also subscribe to Izapc Film. Maybe have School Day 2 coming soon. Supposed to be coming out November 22nd.
Wait.
but
So
it
this
didn't.
releases in a week because we're filming this on the same day that we filmed.
Mark your calendars.
I'm just
February
gonna be
30th.
honest. We filmed this the same day as last podcast
don't,
episode.
Don't do that.
So we might
No,
have
no.
School Day 2 out by then. Or probably not. But
Mark
like,
your calendars.
don't
February
say that.
30th. That's the day.
Okay,
No,
guys.
it's not.
Well, again,
you don't have a specific day.
You're not gonna joke. Remember.
February 30th. Oh, it's a leap year.
Oh, okay. I'm an idiot.
Let's get this out February 30th.
February 30th. Mark your calendars.
add a box and then mark
This
your
stuff. I love this wall foam. It's so fun to play with.
You're gonna knock it down.
Boop, 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 boop.
On that note, guys, hope you enjoy. Again, this has been the Back in My Day podcast. All right, guys, it's been Isaac
And Isaac.
and Ben.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Bye.
February 30th. Mark